Hey everyone, Lone Star LOL here with another VOD review, this one of Syndra versus Yone in Diamond 1. There are a few things you should think about before you go into the matchup. First, you should know that Yone has a very weak early game, and you are much stronger, so you need to take advantage of his early game. Second, you need to remember that you get prio whenever you want because you are in the ranged versus melee matchup. Third, playing around Yone specifically, you need to remember he is very linear. He's going to try to go in on you when he has Q3 and play very safe when he doesn't have his Q3 up. Fourth, you don't want to waste your mana to poke him when he has his shield up from W. Fifth, like all matchups, you don't want to die to ganks. Play very safe when your E is on cooldown, especially when he has his E and Q3 up, or if the enemy jungler and support are nearby. And lastly, respect his burst damage. He has a lot of burst damage on you if he can hit his Q3 and R on you. So hopping straight into the review, we noticed that we got first blood on an invade. I got an assist, but I go for an early aggressive Q on him while he steps up aggressively. It's free, there's nothing he can do about it. I'm just gonna try to get all of the last hits, make sure my jungler doesn't need me. When Yone goes for minions, I'll try to Q auto him, step back when he's not. That was kind of a bad Q for me, but it was a good idea. And notice how he uses his Q3, puts him up in a dangerous position, so I go for another Q, auto, Q. Now that I'm level 2, I'm going to look to punish him anytime he tries to step in range of the farm. I'm going to continue trying to get as many of the minions as possible. I miss a few. My last hitting here isn't great, but it's pretty good. I end up crashing on the second wave, which is probably not ideal, but I can still pressure him very hard. I'm going to continue trying to just play a little bit passive, knowing that their enemy jungler is top side. Want to hover towards bot side for that reason. Go for an aggressive trade on him. But I'm going to need to play very safe here, just knowing that I don't have E. And I'm pushing up at the enemy tower. Notice how I'm playing very far back. I feel comfortable going up for a bit of an aggressive trade here to go for the minions just because he wasted his Q3. But now I have my E back up. The wave is pushing into me, so the wave is in a very good spot for me. I'm just going to try to last hit, maybe potentially go for a freeze, try to thin the wave a little bit. Make it so it's hard for Yone to go for last hits. Make it so that Yone can't reset here. He wants to get the wave in and wants to reset, and I want to make sure that he can't do that. I go for an aggressive EQW trade, but notice how I can't kill him. I'm really low on mana here, so it's a little bit risky for me to do that, but I have a few options at this point. I can just either stop him from resetting, or I can go for a reset myself. What I should have done is either try to have actually stopped his reset, or I should have matched his reset because the wave was pushing into me just because I'm kind of low mana. That way I can save teleport. The wave would still be frozen here on my side if I thinned the wave slightly. But that's a small mistake for me. However, the wave is still in a very good spot for me. I'm just going to try to keep the freeze, last hits, whenever possible. Notice how he missed a lot of farms and XP. Go for a Q just because it's free. But I'm very low on mana. I should not be going for too many trades. I shouldn't have really used my W there. I should have saved the mana. But I'm going to have to look for a teleport back to lane because I did use all my mana. So you can see I typed to my team, just let them know, hey, I'm going to reset, and I'm just going to teleport right back because the wave is pushing into Yone. This was prior to the TP changes. I just get a mana crystal and amp tomb to get a bit of mana and get a little bit of damage. We know that the enemy jungler is bot side. I'm going to ward his raptors just to see when he goes. Notice how I position around the Q that's already on the ground to make sure that I can get my E off on him. And I also try to sidestep his Q3. Very good micro, but kind of hard for lower elo people to replicate that. And again, we saw that Graves was there on the wards, so I just quickly Drop over to the side. This is now a 3v3 because Renekton's coming in. And we get a nice little kill. Playing around my jungler. That's all because I have Prio in this matchup. And now we walk back mid lane. You can see Yone is kind of pushing into me. He has Q3 up, so I'm just going to play a little bit defensive. I'm playing a little bit too far back, in my opinion. He's going to go for the cannon, so I can go for a quick trade on him while he does that. And unfortunately, I play it slightly wrong, so he gets out without taking any damage. But the idea is still there. And I have ult. I'm a little bit low on mana. I'm probably looking to reset pretty soon if possible. But I do want to go for a kill if I can. And again, I play for my jungler here. It'd be nice for me to go for the reset, but I want to make sure my jungler can get ahead and stay in the game. And again, this is because I have Prio in the matchup. I was able to move first. Unfortunately, I didn't think it looked good even if I stayed, so I went right back mid. And looking to play very aggressive when possible. I'm prepping my balls for a 6-ball ult if I can. At R, and I get 6 on him. And it's not quite enough to finish him off, but my flash auto is enough. Unfortunately, the enemy bot lane both comes here, so I die. However, you can see how I was able to use my range advantage to slowly poke him out of lane, eventually solo kill him, and use that to get priority and move with my jungler to get kills. Please consider liking the video and subscribing to my channel if you enjoyed this video, and I hope to catch you in the next one.